What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review, you guys. And this is going to be for Ready to Love, Make a Move. This is going to be season 1, of course, you guys. This is episode 7, and this episode is titled Mixing It Up, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on my channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss Ready to Love, Make a Move, shall we? All right, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into this, I hope that you guys had a great and fantastic Thanksgiving. I did have a good one. I spent it with my family, so I went home, then I came back and I spent it, I spent half of my family in my hometown. Then I came back and spent some time with my family up here in Dallas. So I had a really good time, you guys. But the reason why this video is late is because yesterday I just had a really bad day. And so if you guys have not checked out my community tab, please go check it out. I actually found out when I went home, I don't typically get on Facebook, right? But something said, get on Facebook on Thanksgiving Day. And I logged in, and then I logged in to find out that one of my classmates, she is presumed dead at this point. They don't have a body, they don't have anything, but there's an article, like I said, it's on my community tab. If you guys know anybody that's in the Houston area, and I'll actually try to put the picture up here on my screen for you guys to see. Her name is Crystal. Like I said, she's a classmate of mine. She was a friend of mine, somebody that I knew personally. And so now her husband is being charged with her murder, and she's been missing since May. So if anybody is in Houston and you see that man's face, don't approach him, you guys. Avoid him, but do the right thing and call the police. Her family deserves to know what happened to her. She has 3 young girls, and her family, her children, everybody needs to know what happened to her. So, I say, if you live in Houston or you know anybody who lives in Houston, please share this, you guys. Please share it. But with that out of the way, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about it. Ready to Love, Make a Move. Rest in peace. Oh God, it just hurts me to even say this. Crystal, if you aren't here anymore, then prayers up to your family, and may you rest in peace, my friend. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it, you guys. All right, you guys. So this episode was a very interesting episode. Honestly, can I be honest with you guys? I was bored with it. I was a little bored with this episode. Nothing significant happened in this episode. The only thing that I can really say happened in this episode was, now you guys remember in the last one, we ended it with, what's her name? Zadia wondering if Cameron was going to come to her party, right? And so she was talking to Tamika, and in the process of her talking to Tamika, Cameron did show up to her party, right? And so her and Cameron, they were talking. I guess Cameron got super busy at work, but she knew that. And that's the kind of thing that I was thinking about last week, but I didn't say it. You said that Cameron told you he had some stuff that he had to do at work, so he would be running a little bit late. So I was just kind of a little bit confused as to why she was doing this, but it is what it is, right? Let me know what you guys think. Now, also in the same scene, remember, it's the keepers, and if they wanted to invite their blind dates, right? So my Zelle is there. You guys remember, my Zelle is interested in Sharice. He was brought in for Sharice, and Sharice has kept my Zelle around. But my Zelle in this scene, in this party, was flirting with Vernisha. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then the next morning, we, see the ladies, they've split up. So Zadia and Sharice are talking, and Ashley and Vernisha are talking. So Ashley is telling Vernisha how at this point she still has yet to hear from Kirsten. And I was just thinking to myself, like, Ashley, if you haven't heard from the man, I think at this point you might want to, you know, reevaluate it and take it for what it is and take it at face value that Kirsten is not interested in you. Here's the thing, if he were interested in you and he missed the party, you know, he would have texted you and be like, oh my God, you know, Ash, I'm so sorry. I missed the party. How was it? You know, let's link up and let's go out and do whatever, da 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 da. But he hasn't done that. So I don't know why Ashley is still sitting over here like, well, he hasn't reached out to me, so I don't know what to do. Girl, cut him the fuck loose. Easy. Now, on the flip side, we see Charisse. Like I said, she's talking to Zadia, and she's talking about, you know, when she first met Danzy, it was good, but then at the party, it kind of, you know, did a little, you know, 180. He kind of changed, and so she's not necessarily feeling him. So she feels at this point that she is going to end up keeping Zelle around. Now, speaking of Zelle, moving over to Vernisha, Vernisha is telling, you know, Ashley that, you know, at the party last night, you know, Zelle came up to me flirting with me. He asked me for my phone number. I gave him my number and we've been texting. So then we see as, you know, Ashley and Vernisha join Zadia and Charisse, and that's when, you know, Vernisha lets Charisse know, hey, Zelle has reached out to me. He texted me. He asked me to go on a date with him, and I'm considering it. Now, remember, just a few minutes ago, Charisse was talking about the fact that she wants to keep Zelle around, but in this same scene, she's talking about the fact that he hasn't texted her, and I was like, so he hasn't texted you, but you want to keep him around? I was kind of confused about that. I was like, that makes absolutely no sense to me, but hey, if it makes sense to Charisse, then it makes sense to Charisse, but it doesn't make sense to me at all. Now, let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. So next up, you guys, the ladies are sitting down with Tamika and, you know, they're talking about their dates. The only one who didn't have a conversation with Tamika was Zadia, so they must have edited Zadia out. But she's still sitting there, but they must have edited her out. What I will say, again, once again, Zadia, that sparkly number that you got on and that wig, I really want you to take that wig off. That wig is atrocious. It's ugly. Your other wigs and your confessionals are okay. It's just that one wig is very wiggy. It's very synthetic, and that part, no. So while they're talking to Tamika, Charisse is sitting up here giving raving reviews about Zelle, and it's like, very interesting. You're giving raving reviews about Zelle, and I was just wondering, was this scene filmed first? Was this scene filmed first, or was it the last one filmed first? Because she's giving raving reviews about him, and then, you know, Ashley, she's talking about Kirsten, and I'm like, Ashley, you know what to do when it comes to Kirsten. I don't know why Ashley was making it like it's just this hard decision for her to say, I'm gonna move in a different direction than Kirsten. I don't know why she was making that such a difficult decision. It's like, it's not difficult at all, my love. You realize that he is not what you want, so why are we going this route? I was thoroughly confused by that, extremely confused, but hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys thought about that in the comments section below. And then Vernisha. So Vernisha did let it be known that she likes Tabari, but with Tabari, she can't really get past the fact that he's always kind of like a jokester and things of that nature. So that was her problem with Tabari. And I was like, okay. So she doesn't know what she's going to do. So then we get to, you know, the keepers, right? So who are we going to keep in this process? With Zadia, we already knew Zadia was going to keep, what's his name around? What is that news name? Cameron. We already knew Zadia was going to keep Cameron. That's not a shock. At this point, they might as well just lock in and say, we're going to lead this process together at this point, because that's really, truly, 100% what is given to me, is that they just might as well just go ahead and say, hey, you want me? Yeah. I want you? Cool. We locked in. We good. We done. Then Sharice ended up sending Mizell home. And before that, this is why I say I was confused. When it comes to Sharice, I'm very confused because Sharice was, when Vernisha said that Mizell had been texting her, Sharice then says that they don't talk that much. And I was like, y'all don't talk that much, but you were literally about to keep them around. I'm puzzled. I was puzzled. Now, when Sharice was talking to Mizell, she was asking him about this stuff with Vernisha, and he was like, he didn't call her, but then he was like, he stayed there to midnight. So he was trying to wiggle his way out of it, and I was just like, sir, you're digging a deeper hole for yourself. Like, I just was so confused by him, but like I said, she ended up sending him home. Vernisha ended up keeping Tabari. And then with Kirsten, I noticed in this episode with Kirsten was sweating bullets. But Ashley ended up sending him home. And when he said, he respects her decision, she felt the way about that. And I was like, Ashley, sweetie pie, why do you feel the way that this man is saying he respects your decision? What did you want him to do? She wanted him to fight for her. I was like, Ashley, my love, we are doing the absolute most, to be honest with you. Like, you're doing the most. I like you, Ashley, but you're doing the most. Oh, so they did 2 episodes last night? Episode 11 and 12? Okay. That actually kind of works out better for me, that it doesn't have to be a 2-hour episode. I can just do 1 episode and then come back and do the next one. Whew. Thank you, WeTV. So I was looking at the TV guys to watch Love After Lockup, you guys. So that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I was talking about Kirsten. Ashley felt the way that he wasn't fighting for her. Girl, let him go home. Something that I noticed in this episode, and I didn't notice it until I was watching Tammy Talks recently. The men, after they leave the house, they are very, I don't know if it was Tammy or if it was Misha. One of the two. The men are very arrogant. The men are very arrogant when they leave the house. Because when Mizell left the house, he was like, Sharice know my number, and if she want to talk to me again, she can reach out to me. Sir, excuse you? Please leave. Please leave. But yeah, you guys, that's that. So what did I say? So Sharice has no keeper. Zadia is keeping Cameron. Ashley has no keeper, but they brought Don back, and she decided to keep Don, and then Vernisha kept Tabari. Let's pause here and let's go ahead and move forward, you guys. All right, guys. So the next up are the blind dates. So this week they decided to pair them up for the blind date. So Vernisha and Ashley went out on a blind date, and Zadia and Sharice went out on blind dates. So Vernisha and Ashley, they went out on a blind date, and they went and took a dance class, and they went out with both Trey and Mike. Now, I don't know who is who, and I don't really care because I don't think that they're going to be around. But Trey and Mike, you guys, one of them is a personal trainer, and he does something else on the side. He does something else. Another one is a project manager in construction, and he was in the Army, or he was in some force. He was in some branch of the. He was in some branch. I forgot which one he said he was in. Like I said, the dates weren't that interesting, and I was a little bit on the bored side. I will say that the men were vying for their affections, but yeah, I wasn't paying attention. And then the date with Zadia and Sharice, they did pottery with both Will and Brandon. Sharice sat down, she did pottery with, I believe it is Will. Will, he has a son that's 6 years old, and he does something. He works with kids. I forgot what he does. And then with Brandon is a personal trainer, but I guess he wouldn't have the time for Zadia. She didn't like that, and I don't see him making it. No shade, no tea. And then at the end of the episode, you guys, we get Donald. So Donald and Ashley, they're having a dinner that Donald cooked for Ashley. it was very weird. This is the second time that I've saw some cards come out like this. First time I've noticed it was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when they were in Vegas, and Garcelle and them pulled out the cards at the table, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm kind of confused, but it is what it is. And in this scene, Ashley found out that Donald was previously married, and I guess she feels a way about that. And I was like, man, why do you feel a way about this? That was before you. So what the hell are we doing, and why are we doing it? But that's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section below. Like I said, it wasn't much for me it wasn't a whole lot, but I gave it my best, you guys. I will say though, I am enjoying the show. I don't want nobody to think, oh, he's not liking the show. I actually am enjoying the show. It just, like I said, the episode just, for me, it wasn't like a whole lot to talk about. I do see the next week, it looks like they are bringing my Zelle back into the process, because I know that, what's her name? Tamika was talking about she's bringing back people that they may not have given, they may have not really looked at like that. And I was like, my Zelle just lied. And you just brought it up, sis. So what we talking about here? Why are we talking about it? I was confused, but it is what it is. Like I said, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys, and until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one, you guys.